And we are live.
Yep, we're live.
We're live
Once
indeed.
again, once as always. Well, that's a strange Monday night.
I know, but I misjudged the time, so that one's on me. On Friday,
Yep,
and
it's all your fault.
it's fine. I'm happy to take the blame. I did say that.
All your fault, boy.
But hey ho. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, this
Oh,
is
well,
on you go.
oh, we'll just do what we usually do at these points, eh? Welcome to another exciting episode of ScotsRant Podcast with me, Gizzy the Gremlin, and my co-host.
Reece CR01.
Thinking he's a new name, but hey ho.
Well, it'll stick. It'll stay.
It'll be there eventually. Wait a minute. Turn that off. I've not got any subject for the day. Reese has decided our subject for the day. So I think we said it's going to be a short one, about an hour to maybe an hour and a half.
Depends on where we kind of get to. Knowing us, we can make any topic last for hours. But
Yeah.
it is Monday, not Friday, so we're doing it today. It's Liquid's birthday today, so he's taking this off. And I misjudged time on Friday, and that's why the podcast is tonight, because I'm an idiot.
Enough said.
I mean, I'm more than happy to say that. Well, G-Series, we usually do a podcast every 2 weeks, where we talk about
every second Friday usually.
and we just talk about different things, and just kind of go from there. There's a bit of structure to it usually, but every so often we'll have a guest on. We take questions from the viewers, and we just have a bit of a vibe. Which
is it no Pricey that always asks us the same question? What's your favourite anime and anime theme?
Yes, it is. So I'm waiting for that at some point today. But if you keep that till midway through, Pricey, just so we're least expecting it. It's probably the best way of putting it.
Well, he usually only ever asks when there's a guest on. So
aye, that's true. Actually, aye, that's true.
So save it for a week on Friday when we have our next guest.
Yep. Have you got that locked in? Because it's usually Gizzy that does the legwork on the guest, because he knows everyone. So
I'll be doing it for a lot longer.
That's true, very true. But we've got that guest,
and no problem, Dante as well.
But yeah, so we're looking forward to that. I think that's the episode where you'll take the lead on the questions. Gizzy?
No, I've already spoke to it. It's mostly anime, but I got news questions. Well, we can save them now anyway, Price. I have got the guests locked in. I've spoken to this guest. I'm doing my best not to give anything away, but I've let this certain person know the structure of this, and because I know the person better than you do, I did say it's almost going to be like an interview style from Reece, but it'll sub away, it'll go down different routes, and it'll become quite funny at some points because it will just turn into taking a cue at each other at one point.
Aye, that's fair enough, mate. That's exactly how it should be. But let's start off with the weird news of the week, the weird side of the internet, and it's something that happened to me.
This is the weird news of the week.
We're going to have a jingle for this soon.
Yep.
But and it happened to me. This is the thing, right? So I play Hoi 4, Hearts of Iron 4 for people who don't know what it is.
Really,
I play.
I could never have guessed.
Yeah, but the thing is, mate, you've had to suffer it. You're Scottish and speak English. But can you speak Scottish? It's the inflection and it's the dialect. That's what it is. G-Series. So that's the kind of difference between Scottish.
G-Series colloquial McCake. Only fucking Gaelic saying I know. Only Gaelic saying I know.
But Scottish, there's like Old Scots where there's certain words.
That's Gaelic.
No, there's Gaelic, but there's Old Scots. So see the way like they spoke in like.
I didn't ken.
Aye, that kind of thing. But weird news of the week. So play those games. Watching a specific video on YouTube. Watching Boko 101. and watching just a video I've watched on off, and I find it quite funny. And I get advertised something that something to help you get out of being part of the right wing. So, me being me, I'm like, what is this? Why have I been recommended this? And I kind of look into it, and something like that happened before, a while back, and it's the YouTube ad algorithm basically giving this out to people that seem to be with right wing tendencies, and just so happens to be that people that watch Hearts of Iron 4 and similar content have right wing tendencies. Now, I'll be honest, we do have a kind of toxic aspect of the community that we don't really talk about too much. They're not as bad as what they used to be. I'll be honest on that, and predominantly they like a good meme, like a good joke, all that kind of thing. But yeah, it hit me where I was like, I'm like, what does Google have on me that makes it think kind of where I stand?
With a resub.
Oh, nice one. But that was the thing that kind of shook me a bit, and I was
podcast, that's what like he's the poofcast.
the way do it.
The poofcast. Check the chat out.
Podcast. You can't say that. Can't say that, Kai. That's COS. It's hate speech.
That's with the resub as well. That's with the resub as well, Kai. You didn't watch part of it then, Kai?
Oh,
that was good. As you were saying, keep going.
aye. So, it's one of those things. Is you know how obviously ads are tracked against you and like what you search online and all those kind of things. I just kind of had this moment of I must be seen online as this kind of person that follows the right wing, and I'm like, I don't. I mean,
I knew it.
I mean, yeah, oh yeah, definitely. But it just kind of threw me as if to say something's not right here. But like, have you had anything like that? I don't know. Like, have you had anything like that where, like,
I've never had something like that myself.
but like advert wise, that you don't say something like it's the one where people will talk about something, and you'll.
I've had some weird ones. I've had some weird. I had one before that I was like when I was watching. I was like, I think this is meant for Reece and not me, and it was for manscaping. But you get the joke behind it.
Yeah, I get the joke behind manscaping. Manscaping, if you want to support the podcast, my Twitch channel, my YouTube, more than happy to pay all for a shave all.
A bit of advice, Kai. Who's never done a watch party before, mate. I know for a fact you'll have one of your streams opened, or possibly both. You'll sit there and watch it with your chat. But the thing for watch party and that is the subjects we've got to go into. Put your own intake in with your own chat, and you can even say ask us questions as well. We'll put some intake. We'll interact with you as well at the same time. So
more than happy to.
With the watch party, it's basically you having your opinion.
And G-Series says, why is Gizzy hiding in the shadows? Is he an assassin? He works in the dark to serve the people of light? Or something like that. Basically saying, like, you're like Assassin's Creed, but... That's too cool for Gizzy.
No, what it is, for as long as I've streamed, basically, I've always streamed with the lights off and my hood up, but that's because I play either fighting games or zombie-style games. So it's like a wee bit of if you want, a thriller pace behind it, and to me, this kind of almost sets a good atmosphere.
That's it. Meanwhile, I stream with shitty lighting.
It's just the best way to explain it.
I stream with shitty lighting because I just can't be bothered buying like decent lighting. That's next on the list, but you know, one of those ones. Philips Hue bulbs, way forward. But yeah, it's just.
Remember, you need to get the liquid saving ones.
Oh yeah, well no, I think the Philips Hue ones, they're all quite good that
power.
Way. That I can don't have Greta Thunberg after me. Oh god, but what what I was saying was like,
this is good.
see when you talk about like your like Christmas presents and stuff, like just going back on the kind of weird ads. Like if you talk about
Yeah.
something with somebody, and then the next again day you're getting advertised it, that's kind of
Yeah.
a similar like aspect, but that's just a whole shitstorm is whether or not you're like Facebook or whatever is always listening, and there's some rhyme or reason
see,
to it, but it depends on
You see,
what you've
so
got.
when you're looking at things through your phone and stuff like that,
Yeah.
your Facebook and your phone is linked to the cookie system, right?
Mhm.
And when you go into certain websites, you hit accept cookies, and
Yep.
everyone does it. We all do it. That's just feeding into Facebook, and Facebook pop up the ads for on behalf of that company, like, "Oh, you might enjoy this." And it's like,
Exactly.
"Oh, you're
That's
right,
it.
I might enjoy it." The only thing as well, like if we've got to go into maybe Facebook who's watching, and I've had this experience in the last, shall we say, day or so, is the whole people you may know topic. Okay, and
Ah. All
one of
right.
my friends, is our guest in 2 weeks' time. Okay,
Yep.
appeared on my people you may know.
Okay. Okay.
Don't know, never know their name. All right, didn't know their real name. I've always known them by their, uh,
Online handle.
I've always known them. Yep. And it came up and gave me their real name, and I felt that bad about it. I actually gave my real name back. I'm like, this is just so we're even.
No, I think that's, you know what, mate, that's probably the best way you could ever handle something like that. Like the most a fair bit of my name is online, as we kind of know.
Aye.
I'm okay with
2 seconds, Reece. 2 seconds, mate.
no
2
worries.
seconds, mate. KTP, today's subject is the rise and fall of certain games. This is just Reese's little, if you want weird news of the week, can you miss the jingle?
I'm going to go back through and clip that. No worries, Ghost, no worries. But that's kind of going from talking a wee bit about weird ads and stuff. You'll find it's just one of those things. Is you'll find the weirdest things advertised to you on certain websites. We'll start with
You
this,
do.
and then
You do find the weirdest and wonderful things.
this will kind of bring us into the games for the kind of rise and fall, because like this kind of suits
Well, if that's
us.
finished, if that's finished with your wee bit, I'll just have to put this out, everyone. This has been the weird news of the week.
Thanks, man. At least you can hold a tune. That's not bad from you. So this kind of
Mate,
brings.
I watch too much TV in my days.
I know. It's like a weird jingle between stuff, but like Chi Series is asking here, like, what YouTubers do you watch that inspire you? And this will bring us into from different games and stuff that have kind of risen and
Ugh.
fell over the years. Because, like, for me,
It kind of does. It kind of does. Like, I've always watched variety YouTubers, and the YouTubers that I mainly watch are I played Phasmophobia there, way, as he could tell you, and I didn't take the game seriously. I was making stupid jokes when we were trying to figure out what the ghost is. I
Yep.
literally walked in and said right out loud, "Oh, Donna, what are you?"
Oh, Donna, what are you? You kind of cut out a wee bit for me there. So I got Phasmophobia on, but what was the kind of wee bit before that?
I was just like I was saying, I watch mainly people that I can, like artists and that I can relate to and stuff, like people
variety
I
gamers. I heard that, but yeah, no, that's fine.
Like
me,
the one I watch, and I kind of watch, if you want to put it in the kind of term religiously, is I Am Wildcat, but I like I Am Wildcat's sense of humour more than anything.
That's fair. I mean, people I've watched kind of through the rise and fall of different games. So like the rise of Minecraft the first time round, GTA's initial rise as well. Rooster Teeth, they Achievement Hunter, they've gone through some dark shit the last couple of.
Do you know who I really did like when I first discovered YouTube and everything? I really enjoyed watching Smosh. If you remember Smosh.
Yeah, Smosh were great as well.
But I'm talking about like the old Smosh when it was just between the two guys who actually started it before they started bringing everybody else in and actually made a big company out of it. Like you can understand why it's became a really, really huge channel and stuff, and at that point they can employ.
Yeah.
But to me, I preferred watching it when it was just they two, like when they used to do if video games were real or if this TV show was real and stuff like that. Like I just remember watching one, and it was they were taking the mickey out of GoldenEye 64. If anybody remembers, that's an old Nintendo 64 game,
Yeah.
and it was like one of them was pretending to be James Bond, started shooting, and the pause menu in that James Bond basically pulled up his watch, and they did that, and it pulled up his watch, and it kind of zoomed in and showed the bad guy sitting there watching him like, what the hell's happening here?
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, but that shows you how content's changed. I actually got recommended a very, very old video from what was, they were called Barely Political at the time, but the Key of Awesome.
Yeah,
And I just, it was a
I
parody
love
song.
the Key of Awesome.
So did I. And that's the thing, is it's just,
The one I liked with Key of Awesome most of all, I liked Reggae Shark. Reggae Shark to me was brilliant.
it was as well. But the thing is, like with that, it kind of just shows the change in algorithm. Is
It does.
like 10 years ago, that stuff was popular, and that would regularly get 50 plus million views. And then their more recent
Yeah.
stuff was maybe 3 to 5 million views, maybe even less. And they had a subscriber base of about 5 million. And it's just, it's
Yeah, it's one of the weirder looks on it, if you want. Like the YouTube algorithm, I've never understood it. Like I can go on and I get the stuff like I'll watch usually, like I'll get some wrestling videos, some gaming videos, maybe some sports videos, stuff like that. Maybe recently I'm starting to get things about a guy wanting to cut out somebody's ingrown toenail, or the most one that people see on Facebook all the time, that bloody Mrs. Pimple Popper.
So I watch some
Yogscast, there's another one.
Yep,
KTV just got
Yogscast.
another one, Yogscast. I remember him for Minecraft days. That's what I remember Yogscast.
Simon and what's his name? Oh, it was, what was the? Oh my god, there was the two of them obviously. Then it kind of extended from there. I watch a couple of the Hoi 4 streamers that I watch. They're affiliated with the Yogscast for their streams, which is quite insane. But I remember watching them, like Shadow of Israel, that whole series, the whole Minecraft series. That was what put Minecraft on the map for me, because they played that from the alpha, and that was man, that's a long time ago. But like
it's weird, like when you think about the stuff that you did used to watch, like on a very young YouTube as well. Like one of the things I remember watching was old RuneScape videos when it was done with like that still camera, you know, the one you didn't get any sound off at all.
Oh, was it very early Bandicam? Almost. No, it wasn't Bandicam, but it was
I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a free camera. It used to have it up the top corner, like it would basically be right up here on my head. It would say like the name of the camera, but you wouldn't get any sound at all. There'd be no clicking your mouse, there'd be no sound effects to the game or nothing.
Favorite YouTube series that isn't Minecraft based? What would that? That isn't Minecraft based?
What is it? Minecraft? I can give you about 5.
I'm gonna go with because I always really like YouTube based music, so Epic Rap Battles. And then
I wouldn't really class that as a series, but that was just fun to watch.
But they had different seasons for it, so that's my kind of in. But if we don't go with that, what was the other thing? And I can't even remember the name of it now. What was yours? Well, I think. Well, I'm having this kind of.
As I said, I had a couple that were. I used to watch a guy going from, what is it? If you want, going from zero to hero back in the Halo, when I was watching Halo. Used to do one called Zero to Hero, where he would start off with a new account and push himself right through up to the top. I used to like, was it Team 4-Star with the abridged Dragon
Team
Ball?
4-Star. The other one was
the abridged Dragon Ball one.
Equals 3, Reece William Johnson. There we go. That was a throwback.
Red versus Blue. I love that.
Yeah, but that was before. But that actually started before YouTube, so I wouldn't call that a YouTube series, believe it or not. Although it is now predominantly.
It is now, but he never said like what era. One of my favourite ones. It was from a Tekken guy. I can't even mind who he is now. I'll come back to him eventually though. But it was Nee. That's who it was. It was Nee, who is known as the Tekken God. He was basically known as the best player in the world for God knows how long. One of the Korean players.
Yeah.
And I just remember him doing a series where he got every character up to I think Tekken Prime God.
Right.
Or Tekken God Prime or something, which is the highest rank. To do it with one character is brilliant, but to do it with the full cast at the time was never heard.
It's a big thing. Prices just throw in Death Battle, if you remember that. That was quite good.
I don't remember Death Battle. I remember, see, talking about that, I remember Celebrity Deathmatch when that
That
was on the telly.
that was a thing as well. That's we've kind of answered the abridged anime one. That's Team 4 Star. But like, see, when we're talking about, and obviously poetics, like Minecraft gives me nightmares of the Atari 2600. So that's
I've
that.
got an Atari. I've got an Atari. Want me to just whip out and show you?
Have you got a 2600 though? Is like, have you got as far back as
Aye,
that?
I've got the original Atari.
It's
Original
insane.
Atari 2600.
Bloody hell.
Belongs to my dad. I brought my
Uh,
hands up. It belongs to my
Aye,
dad. So
fair
it's still here.
dues. Aye. But like, so that kind of brings in the kind of rise and fall of these different series. Like, and one thing that obviously has this consistent rise and fall.
Oh,
Go. I seen your face, and I was like, go.
sorry. This is just one thing I want to interrupt you. Just one thing I want to interrupt you with here. I don't know if you can count this as a series, but right now I'm watching more of something called Dead Meat. And what it is, it's a guy who breaks down everything of a horror movie and does a kill count type thing for you, but gives you like the full story aspect of it, behind the scenes stuff, and then counts after the kills. So I don't know if you can count that as a series
Well,
because he does it for multiple different movies, but
but that would be
he
a
does do it for
series
like
because,
he does do it for like movie series.
but that would be a series because although it is different movies, it's the same format, and that's what I would what I would call the same series, for
Yeah,
example. But here's one there. Like, obviously you've got these different algorithms, and a lot of people like these kind of this almost serial content. YouTube is becoming like TV. But one of the constants on YouTube and what I'm seeing it on Twitch as I kind of learn is things like Minecraft, CS:GO.
yeah,
Obviously we've spoken a wee bit before this just to kind of refresh our minds, but like Minecraft is back up there and consistently has uh two of the highest viewed creators on Twitch just now, Tommy in it and Tubbo, and they
yeah.
constantly are their numbers are constantly green. I don't think I've seen a day where they haven't increased on average viewers apart from I think like a midweek day. And that's
Yeah,
like everyone's numbers kind of drop a wee bit midweek. Which is kind of expected. Um but like they
but well, think about it that way. When it came to Minecraft, that's how PewDiePie like rose to stardom, if you want, was
mhm.
through Minecraft.
It was also like his Happy Wheel stuff. It was a mixture of different things. But yeah, it was one of the things that helped put him on the map. It's what put Achievement Hunter on the map. It's what
It
put
put the Syndicate project in a map as well because he was a zombie guy. Then started doing Minecraft, and Minecraft kind of almost took out his channel at one point.
yeah,
He's got seasons as well called the Minecraft project, and it's one of his most popular one of his most
yeah.
popular, if you want, group of videos.
I know
Well,
like
that and his hunting optic, but that was when he actually brought, if you want, an esports team into a mainstream game at the time.
yeah, exactly. But that was the kind of thing. Um, but yeah, you've got that, and like just watching the numbers constantly fluctuate on Twitch. So that's why I sent you that link on
Yeah,
Discord because that's how
I
I
can't
kind of
really look at it.
I know, but that's how
I
I kind
can't
of
look at it because of this.
I know I find it. That's kind of how I visualize it. Because when I was looking at it, like Fortnite's top still, right?
Yeah,
Um, and then you're looking at uh, top on. No, actually, tell you what's top on watch time just now. That's probably the best way of doing it. I
now
mean,
you'll have to go for watch time because, as you say, like a lot of the things will keep fluctuating, will keep
aye.
changing, everything like
So
that. Like if you want to go for it right now,
like I've got obviously
the
just
game
for
right now on top is Just Chatting. The game
aye
right now it's on top of the view is Just Chatting.
isn't
Then
actually.
it's FIFA.
See, I'm seeing on like most watched. I've got League of Legends. I've got So you might be on trending, but I've got League of Legends, Rust, Fortnite, CS:GO, Minecraft,
Aye,
Warzone.
you're looking at it. You're looking at it right now through watch time, mate. I'm doing the comparison for you. You're doing watch time, whereas I've actually on Twitch doing the browse and seeing what's most
Oh,
relevant right now.
got
So
you,
I'm doing it
got you.
and I'm doing
You're
the
you're
for
doing it
you.
real time basically.
Yeah,
Like
because right now you've almost got you're almost up at a million people right now on Just Chatting. Right now it's sitting on 905k. 900 no, sorry, 900,000, 905,000k is sitting on right now,
that's
and
insane.
that's just chatting. After
Yeah,
that, it's FIFA. FIFA is down at 253k, and then Minecraft is 252k.
It's insane. But like for example, if I scroll down, so Minecraft currently like watch time wise over the last 7 days is 21 million. FIFA's
Yeah.
nearly 14 million.
I think
So
something's been released in FIFA. I think there has been something released in FIFA there now
I
because
think it's new packs. That's
it must be
I seen that this morning.
it must be because Castro right now is on. Castro was one of the bigger streamers, if you want, at the time
Aye.
for it,
But here's one that
and he's even put it in. He's just opening up the new packs.
aye, and that's the thing is that that's the big thing for a lot of FIFA streamers is it's not actually playing the game. It's pack openings. That was the big thing on YouTube at the time. But here's one for you, and you were saying obviously Valorant's eating into CS:GO. Valorant's 11th for the week.
As a wee bit like
It's definitely probably
Yeah.
having an effect. But like CS:GO's streamed maybe 380,000 hours. If you compare that to Valorant, Valorant's been streamed double
Yeah.
the time, 722,000 hours, and it's get just over half the viewership. So there is a wee bit of a difference. Valorant might be picking up, but it might also be dropping off because it's maybe not had the longevity that CS:GO has, and I don't know why CS:GO has the same longevity. It might just be nostalgia now, where it's constantly obviously esports as well, but like could
the
just
thing, mate, is with CS:GO in its first appearance ever, it has never changed. Like the fundamentics of the game, if that's pronunciation right, I'm not really good at my pronunciation zone, has never changed. It's always been the same maps with wee tweaks, the same weapons with wee tweaks, stuff like
Yeah.
that. I would say we're maybe lagging on your side of the stream, mate. I'm watching mine. We're moving in tandem if you want. With yours, our voice seems to be a wee millisecond out.
Right, got you. I don't know what's maybe changed, but it might just be once, as per usual, my internet might be just dying an absolute death, which
Probably.
seems to be a
The
regular
reason why
issue midweek.
CS:GO is up top a bit is because, yeah, well, okay, I'll tell you one thing, mate, and I actually watched this in another podcast. With CS:GO has their toe in too much water right now, if you want. Like, if that saying kind of works out, but they're so spread thin when it comes down to things. It's tournament after tournament after tournament after tournament after tournament. It is so bad, and it isn't even just like the one organizer. They've got the likes of ESL, they've got who's that other one? They've got that one that they get the servers and everything for now. They've got about another 5 or 6 different ones on top of that. And I don't know like what you can turn on and say and stuff like that, but they've got other minors and their majors and stuff like that. And I know that a lot of pro players in CS:GO have came out and said that they are burnt out. Like that's the problem right now with that game. They're burnt out. I know a lot of good pros for CS:GO have all jumped now over to Valorant because it's a breath of fresh air. And Riot have already turned around and said that nobody else is allowed to host tournaments for them. Well, if you want major tournaments, it's only going to be Riot, the same way they're doing for League of Legends.
Right,
But
okay.
personally myself, I don't like the idea of it because I'm not a big fan of franchising, but I think a franchise league would actually save CS:GO right now because of how spread thin that is. Valve, on the other hand, as well, like let's take a dig at Valve. Valve are so far behind compared to everything else. Like they just released an anti-cheat software there. I don't know if a lot of people have seen it, but they've just released an anti-cheat software, and this anti-cheat software is still miles behind where Valorant is right now. And Valve is a multi-billion-pound company as well.
Yeah, they've
I
been
mean,
doing it
they've
for
got Dota 2,
longer, probably. Aye,
but they've got Dota 2 and everything as well, mate. And Dota 2 is one of the biggest, if you want, MOBAs after League of Legends.
yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
It's weird. It's like a weird one. Like I feel as if myself with CS:GO, I don't like it because I'm not a big fan of the franchise stuff. Because to me, that just kills the amateurs and stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
amateur after that is no longer there, and then it kind of turns it into a real sport. Like I'm not saying it isn't a real sport, but it turns it into like if you want like a basketball team, a football team, an American football team,
Yeah,
stuff like that, where
I get you.
you need to be in the right place at the right time to be picked up.
Mhm.
Instead of you being able to go to the Open, win your league in the Open to be put in next to the pros in the next day and
Got
have
you.
a chance to play against these pros and show off.
No, that's
When
fair.
you have to be picked up. Cloud9 is more of a Rocket League team knew that. Well, see, Cloud9's a weird one. Like, I don't really think Cloud9 are too bothered anymore about CS:GO because they've done it for the first. They were the first American team ever to win a major and stuff like that. But it's weird the way it is because that's another good example there as well. Kai, Rocket League,
Lead.
Rocket League is kind of taking off. All right,
Yeah.
but the weird thing as well about CS:GO, like CS:GO has spawned off because it's a tactical shooter, as you know, but it has spawned off copycat games, and some of these copycat games are a lot better than what CS:GO is, even though they're copycatting. Like Rainbow Six Siege is a good one there that Price has brought up. Rainbow Six is a good example. It is a tactical shooter, but
Yep.
it's different and it's unique in its own way. But the fundamentals of what the game revolves around is still CS:GO.
Yeah.
You've got two bomb sites, two teams, and weapons. That's
6
it.
on 6.
The only
Generally,
difference.
that's it. Is like it still has the same general format. I even know that I don't watch a lot of that type of content. I actually play I play the odd game of CS:GO. I play it in my work when
Yeah.
when it's quiet and there's the gaming PCs. But that's the only time I will
Yeah.
play it at all.
Like the weird, like see for a weird one, like we're talking about like all these different things and everything, all right?
Yeah.
Your first ever, if you want to go down that, like we all know battle royales have kind of took over the world of gaming. We all know this.
Yeah.
Okay. That and everyone will tell you, all right, that all started off with H1Z1. It didn't. It started off with the Hunger Games mod in Minecraft.
I would like to see how close though they were. That's the question. That would be really interesting to see how close they were at the kind of starting point, because
It would be interesting to see, mate, but the battle royale genre spawned off from that Hunger Games mod. Like when Hunger Games came out, people said, "I want to try to do that," and somebody made it up in Minecraft, and it did exactly what happened in the Hunger Games. It spawned people in on pedestals. It had a countdown. Then there was weapons in the middle and weapons round about the map,
yeah,
and it was basically just fight to the death.
fair.
After that, it was like H1Z1 was your, if you want, your first
battle
official.
royale, like obviously
It was the
like
first
the
official one,
gun.
but they changed the game as well at the same time, because when that game first came out, it actually had zombies in the map at the same
Yeah.
time, so it became like a zombie survival game at the same time, and then it slowly evolved into what people seen what we had today.
Yeah, that's fair, man.
Yeah, Kai, I'm pretty positive that is right. That's the hang about it. A little bit wrong in that as well, Pricey, mate. Like, no, like I know what you mean. I know what you do mean. The battle royale genre really took off with PUBG because it gave it its realism, but not a lot of people could get into the realism. The minute Fortnite came out, which was an easier game at this time, it was easier to play, and it had its own niche, which was the building aspect, and it was really, really kid friendly.
Yeah, so it was
started
easy
to
to
build
pick up. And that's the thing is,
Yeah,
they all have to find their own niche, because with it being a niche, it's more. It basically separates itself into its kind of key component groups, so people get really into the building aspect and become top
Yeah.
tier builders, all that kind
the
of
thing
thing.
is as well, like Epic and Fortnite they will always continue to be a big game if they keep doing it right. Yeah, they've had their bad seasons, yeah, they've had their bad maps, but they've got deals with Marvel, they've got deals with DC. The recent one there that I seen was The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian was huge on the Disney Plus network for a while there, because a lot of people went and watched The Mandalorian. Now they've brought in the Predator from Alien vs Predator. They've brought that in, so they have got a lot of things. You had Marshmallow. Marshmallow held the first ever virtual concert.
Oh, I remember that. That was a big deal as well. Which was insane.
He held the first Drake Williams actual step into the gaming scene, and he did that with Ninja.
And that says it's kind of
the battle royale genre. The battle royale genre right now is sort of dying down, but it's the way that it always goes. Like, I hate keep bringing these things like this up and everything like that, but you have to take into consideration like everything through the years for if you want competition wise and big things and stuff like that. Like the early 90s basically, everything was in arcades. So you went to arcades to play your racing games, your fighting games, stuff like that. The very first ever like big sport or big competitions was the fighting games competitions. And look how I am today. They started to slowly die off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had resurgence and everything every now and then, but they've started to slowly die off. Like, I'm pretty sure if you had to type it in right now, it's probably going to be Smash Bros. Ultimate because the Smash scene's quite big, but they don't break 10,000 people unless it's a tournament.
Yeah.
That's the only time they'll ever break 10,000 people is on a tournament.
Okay.
Ryan said Fortnite developers have changed the ways other developers make games, but I said, see, this is where the argument comes in again, Kay. Yeah, that's actually a pretty decent point, but Fortnite, one of the first today, a lot of these things. The only thing that they did differently was make it third person and make it building. Okay, well, I don't even say that, but they made it only for third person and gave you building. PUBG gave you third person first, so you can say,
Yep.
all right, there's your copycat for that. The respawn system actually came from Apex, so Apex was after, and Fortnite decided to copy something that Apex did.
Yep.
Some of the game modes and like if you want some of the limited time stuff that they brought in was kind of reversed after other games that came out later on or just before. Like there you go, they brought vehicles into the game. That's came from PUBG. PUBG was the first. PUBG and H1Z1. H1Z1 had the cars to drive about in. PUBG did the same thing, gave you the cars and had to drive about in, but PUBG made it more, if you want, more realistic. I guess if you had a choice, what game would you revive? I'm not the person to ask that, Pricey. Like I have a very, very strict amount, like strict way I think of games. Like I hate looking back on games. I really don't like looking back on games.
Is he maybe
To
meaning
me,
like remaster, or is he meaning
no,
like,
revive.
like just
Revive. So if it's remaster, I'm always going to choose Zelda or Ocarina of Time. I would love to see it with up-to-date graphics. Ryan also said there's a battle pass in every game. Now, because of Fortnite, battle pass was first brought in to Call of Duty before it was brought into Fortnite, but Call of Duty did the battle pass through multiplayer, not through a battle royale.
But I don't again. I don't
If you
know how
want
close that was.
if you want it in a nutshell, no, if you want it in a nutshell, the idea of a battle pass came from Killer Instinct, i.e., a fighting game. So there's no argument about it. Every game will copy each other, but Killer Instinct first invented the seasons and the battle passes, if you want, and every other company after that has changed it into their own way.
Yeah.
Like now, most of your shooters are, here's a battle pass, levels 1 to 100. That's what you have to do. Whereas with Killer Instinct and other fighting games, they bring you seasons. Instead of giving you like a rank system to go through, they'll go, okay, buy the season, get these characters, but you don't have to buy these seasons to get these characters. You can go online and still fight against them. If you like them, buy them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's all different ways to think about it. It is different ways to think about it, but we're talking about the way the games and everything have always, all games fight against each other, okay? Fortnite will always remain, if you want, top dogs in the Battle Royale genre.
Until something
there has not been
comes
another
out
game
to beat it. That's the thing, is you had Warzone peak
until
over
something comes out
lockdown.
to beat it.
Like, yeah, you had Warzone peak over lockdown that then
But
challenged.
Warzone gave you something different.
Yeah.
Warzone gave you something different again, because before this, think about it, you had H1Z1, which was kind of cartoony, okay? There was not anything realistic inside it at all. Then they gave you PUBG, which was a realistic tactical shooter,
Yeah.
okay? It was a
Right.
realistic tactical shooter. Yes, Kate, that is correct. Fortnite did make the idea of the Battle Pass popular. I'll give them that one. Okay. PUBG gave you if you want, the ability of a realistic tactical shooter. Fortnite then brought the cartoonish back in it and stuff. So that's the way that's went, and it gave you building aspects. I mean, like, come on, there is no chance in hell, I don't care who you are, that you can just sit there with a big massive fucking 10 by 10 bit of wood and just fly it slanty and it just sits there. So it was unrealistic, but people got drawn to that.
Yeah.
After that one, if I remember rightly, after that one, the next big battle royale was Apex Legends. Apex Legends took it one step further. They took in the futuristic terms.
Yep.
So they gave you something more different, and they added in, if you want, abilities. And a lot of people were screaming at that point, we don't want abilities, because at that point when that came out, Call of Duty was introducing abilities into their game and everyone hated it. But Apex done it right. Apex done it right. And then on top of that again, after that one, You had Blackout, I'm sure, which was the first Call of Duty one.
Yeah,
If I do know that one, which died very fucking quickly.
and
But I loved Blackout. To me, Blackout, it was actually better than Warzone. Because no offense to anyone here who loves Warzone, you might be right, Kate. I'm not 100%. You might be right. But to everyone here and anyone in the chat who loves Warzone, I will tell you right now, I preferred Blackout over Warzone. To me, Warzone is not a battle royale game. Warzone is just a bigger deathmatch or a bigger search and destroy, if you want to put it, since you only get one life.
big free for all.
Battle royale, yeah, basically, because to me, a battle royale is drop into the map, find your weapons, find your ammo, find your attachments and stuff like that, so everyone's on level playing ground. Warzone brought it in, so now, well, they kind of gave it the Call of Duty twist, where you can now spawn in the classes that you want to use, which to me sucks because now you can spawn in guns that are top notch. But what if happens if one person only likes playing Warzone, but didn't they buy just got the free Warzone, but then they buy the multiplayer? Now they're coming into the game with level 1 guns, where everybody else is up at level 50 or 60 guns with all the
Because
attachments.
they've done zombies, because they've done multiplayer,
Yeah,
because they've done...
now he's at an ultimate disadvantage straight away. Whereas in a normal battle royale game, like I would even said that I would accept it as a battle royale game if they left it without bringing in the drop packages. Take the drop packages out the game and just leave it as the weapons you pick up or find. I am super happy with that because it's fun, but it's no fun when you can bring in the overpowered weapons.
Yeah, I get you.
It's just the way it is. And then you had Hyperscape. Hyperscape took the futuristic term again to another level. But that Ubisoft did, I don't know what happened with that, but that was a popular to just death in a matter of days.
Yeah, I don't know what actually happened with that, and they said, is it not still getting... They want to try and bring it back, but there's just been no support for it at all.
It is true about that, mate. It is true about that. Like, I don't know if you know Chloe XOXO. She's actually a partnered streamer with him. Like, I don't think she's a partner streamer overall, but she's a partner streamer with Hyperscape, and she's nice. She's sound as she's good to talk to and stuff like that. She's quite interactive with her streams, but
yeah,
she is actually a partner streamer through Ubisoft with Hyperscape, so she gets all the news earlier, everything like that. Same with I've told you about DJ Tickle before. Same as him. He isn't partnered, but he knows all the developers and stuff like that. He knows all the developers and that for the Division 2. So he does get if you want little insights to what's happening,
extra information before anything kind of comes out.
Yeah, they don't reveal anything to it, but it's like, all right, by the way, just to let you know, we've got a new raid coming out. Just get yourself prepared. That's all they'll tell him. I was in my mate Ralphie's stream there a couple of days ago.
Right.
Ralphie actually knows one of the map developers for Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
I never knew that at that time, but I found that out. Yes, I found that out a couple of nights ago that he knew that guy, which is awesome.
Aye, because he gets
and stuff. But there is rumours going around. What's that say? Titanfall 3.
Titanfall 3.
Oh, Titanfall. I think that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan of Titanfall games. I didn't like the mechs. I don't like mechs. That's just one thing I didn't like. I don't like mechs.
I enjoyed it to an extent, but I'd never really got into it, if you know what I mean. But that was maybe just me. I didn't.
Yeah. Like I've seen one of the best memes. It's that whole one where it's like the skeleton, the Grim Reaper going down the hallway and that, chatting on the doors, and it's like H1Z1, PUBG, Fortnite, then it's knocking on the door to Apex and everything like that. And that was when Apex was at the height of its top yet. See, that's another thing as well. Apex, opinionly, they had an idea and they stuck by that idea, i.e. they made it a 3v3 game. That was the only way you're playing this game is in 3v3.
Yep.
Excuse me, guys. They've now added in duos, which I thought brilliant, because now you can play with your pal if you don't get a third. I think that game would have blew up more with a solo mode. I think that would have blew up a lot quicker with a solo mode, because a lot of people prefer playing solo.
Or
same
if they
way
can't get a team
with Warzone as well right now. Yeah, same way with Warzone as well now. A lot of people like doing solo versus squads, so they like going in and try to challenge themselves.
Yeah.
And that seems to be a good bit of content for Warzone. But the Battle Royale genre itself, I don't see, as much as they're going to try to keep it alive and stuff, I don't see that lasting at the height of popularity for as much longer, shall we say.
Yeah.
MOBAs, like go for a MOBA on the other hand. League of Legends has been about for how long now, and it's still one of the most fun games ever.
Yeah, I think MOBAs might have slightly more longevity compared to a battle royale.
Yeah,
But I think now there's always going to be place for a battle royale, and might be that Fortnite might drop down a bit, same way Apex, but they might
yeah.
still remain to an extent popular because for whatever
They
reason,
will never die. They will
yeah,
never die, mate. It's one thing I'll say. The genre itself now will never die. Uh Apex is going and it might blow up. I'm not 100% pricey about that. I'm going to admit it. I'm not 100%.
I don't think it's going to blow up at this point. I think it's more likely to maybe try and match. Like, see, maybe if they do something a wee bit different, it might match Fortnite's peak again. But I don't think it'll stay there. I think it's going to struggle to kind of maintain what Fortnite has. Because right now, when I was looking at it, for talking sake, Fortnite is got what, nearly 3 times the watch time
Yeah,
as Apex. Now Apex still churning out 8 million, nearly 8.5 million hours of watch time, but
yeah.
it's
Well,
not.
there you go. There you go, mate. Bloody, what they call Warzone itself is only 22k behind Fortnite right now. Fortnite at this point in time, like real time right now. Fortnite is the battle royale right now that's big. It's the biggest battle royale. After
Yeah,
that, it's Warzone.
yeah, that's kind of
Apex is down at 45.8k.
yeah, and I think it's. But I'll also say this. So when you look at the kind of watch time and stream time, so for example, there's more people streaming Fortnite, but
Yep.
it's actually, if it works out, see for the amount of hours Fortnite have had streamed.
Yeah,
If you were to stream Apex a similar amount of hours, in theory, it could have the same amount of watch time, depending on who
it
streams it.
could.
So, because I'm looking at it like as in just like ratios. So if you times if
Yeah,
you do it as a ratio to 3, basically a third of, and it works out quite close. And in theory, that would work. Whereas something like Valorant has slightly more watch
yeah,
time than Apex, and slightly more stream time. So it's balanced on the kind of that kind of increase. To be fair,
yeah.
but
Do you know? I'll give somebody right now about it, and I'll even just put this. I'm just going to say this right now. Okay. Does anybody remember Firestorm?
I don't even know what that is.
Firestorm was the battle royale game released by Battlefield.
When was that done?
That was done Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1, they released a game mode called Firestorm. It was the battle royale game mode. It was a huge map, but they cut it into totally wee sections just to make it different. So they tried to put their own wee twist and everything. It was the same type of thing. It was World War One guns, so it became a wee bit harder
Yep.
and stuff. And to me personally, I loved that game mode. Like I loved Firestorm. I played that a lot, and it just died a death because they never evolved. They
Yeah.
didn't know what to do. They've gave you basically something if you want that's realistic in a sense because the way they did their ring, they never made it a storm, they never made it gas, they never did anything like that. It was basically just a big ring of fire, and it was like the area that you are fighting in right now is getting engulfed by the fire surrounding it. Like bombs have been dropped and it's engulfed by fire, so the fire shut you in. So
All right.
it was a different way of playing a battle royale game. It was super, super fun.
I think I don't know. Do
Like,
I
I'll admit
remember
it, it
that?
was super, super fun.
I don't think I remember that.
Again, not a lot of people will remember that. Not a lot of people will because Battlefield isn't known for a battle royale. Battlefield was always known for its realistic multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's huge 64 man versus 64 man lobbies. But a lot of
Yeah.
people forgot about Firestorm. Firestorm was a fun game mode, but it's dead. There's nobody playing it. because you've got Warzone now.
Aye, I get you. It's just you would think is like
Ground War in which game? There's about 7 or 8 games that Ground War got released on, Pricey.
But it was but Ground War was, if I remember right, was the bigger team death matches and domination matches on Call of Duty 4.
Yep, it was also the big 120 man game on Battlefield. That was called Ground War.
All right.
You also had Ground War in World War II, but their version of Ground War was attacking and defending. We had to take certain points every now and then to keep pushing a team back or hold them at the point.
Call of Duty World War II.
Yep,
You said, yeah.
That's the one I was just talking about there.
Aye, I'm remembering it. I'm remembering what I think was the original, and then I think
the original Ground War is what you said. Instead of a 4v4 or 6v6, I think it became a 10v10.
It was either a 10v10 or a 12v12, I'm sure.
It was one of the two. It was the original Ground War. The original Ground War doubled the amount of players, so it would have been a 12v12.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean that
was fun. I will admit that was fun.
Yeah, I used to quite enjoy that. Because I remember
same way back in Modern Warfare 2, they released something called Team Tactical, which was
3v3?
4v4. No, it was 4v4. The 3v3. The 3v3 one is a different one you're thinking about, but the original Team Tactical was 4v4.
Was that? All right.
Yep.
Insane. Fucking hell, that's a throwback. Because I remember we used to play 3-man. I'm sure it was 3-man squads we played as. Maybe I'm mixing it up with something different. That's probably.
Mate, I'll hold one thing up right now about Modern Warfare 2. You cannot get a sexier sound in the intervention in Modern Warfare 2. That sound of that sniper was beautiful.
Oh man, aye.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Running about quick scope.
There was
intervention.
I could literally listen to ASMR sounds of that all day.
That's fair, man. That's very fair. But yeah, like it's again, it's just strange with the kind of rise and fall of these things, because you think something's going to last, but then you also remember now. You also remember now.
No. M1 Grand Reload is a different sound altogether, mate. I'm talking about just the Modern Warfare 2 by itself. M1 Grand at World at War, best sound in it. Same way, I played a game called Cuisine Royale. Reece has played it a couple of times, and I think you played it pre-patch Enfield as well before they made the Enfield. You couldn't single bullet load the Enfield. It was loaded in the one chamber. That was the most lovely sound as well. It was just beautiful sound.
Fair enough.
Where's Grav? I need Grav in this chat, man, because he'll back me up with the Enfield.
Aye, no, because what I would say as well then would be, obviously the kind of changing aspects, but obviously the rise and fall of different things. Then we're used to having a game out every year, every 2 years. So
yeah,
we understand. Like I'm forgetting that we're used to an actual lifespan on games, if you know what I mean, like multiplayer at least. But then again, it seems to have.
You see, it's certain games get like Call of Duty is every year.
Yep.
Call of Duty is
whether it
every
is
single year. Okay.
Yeah, whether it is
it's the only game. It's the only game I think releases. Or Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer's in the mix, remember?
Oh, I saw there. Sorry.
Sledgehammer was in the mix. They were the one that gave you Infinity War or Infinite Warfare. I can't remember what it's called, and World War II. They release every single year. Other people who played games differently or the games outside it, like 6 Man. I'm playing a fighting game that it was created back in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had no new iteration. I'm also playing the second one. I'm playing the one I told you about, KOF. That was released in 2017, and we're now in 2021, and they've just released the official trailer from what this new game's going to look like, but they haven't given us a release date. I can still be waiting at least another year for this game.
I'm the same with like EU4. That was out in 2014, 2013, but it had DLC last year. Like, just to put it into perspective, that's then it went back down to 2, then it's back up to 3. Yeah,
it's always been Activision. It's always been Activision and Treyarch that's done it. Well, then Infinity Ward and Activision were always the two companies that actually did it. A lot of people don't understand one thing. Activision was actually the sister company to Treyarch.
Aye.
But then they became their own entity. But their own entity now became a publisher instead of a developer.
Yeah.
No worries, Pricey. That's how that kind of worked it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, again, it's just it kind of shows the gradual change you have with these things, and it's interesting to watch. And I would like there's the YouTube videos where it shows the kind of top playtime on specific games, and you see the kind
Yeah.
of rise and fall. That stuff's really quite interesting to kind of watch, and it's more
Yeah.
it's one of those things where you're looking at it and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that when you were obviously talking about Firestorm earlier. I could not remember that for the life of me. That was a struggle for me to even try.
Mate, it's one of those weird ones. I'm not here. I've gone to bed, but no worries at all, Ryan, mate. Thanks, brother.
No worries, Ryan.
It's one of those weirder ones about it, mate. Like, I know Firestorm because I was playing Battlefield at the time as well, and I heard about Firestorm getting released, and I got quite excited because at the time when that was getting released, all you had was Fortnite. There was nothing
Yeah.
else at that point. All there was Fortnite was your most recent one. Yeah, there's still like copycats and everything like that, but no big ones. And a lot of people were turning around, like a lot of the Battlefield community were like, this could be the thing we've needed to push our game into the next level.
Yeah.
But they forgot about one thing. What's the difference between, if you want, a normal shooter, i.e. Call of Duty, okay, to a Battle Royale shooter? What's one difference?
One difference between them. Well,
don't turn around at me and say the game mode, okay?
No, it wasn't the game mode. No,
it
was because you can generally, what you kind of said earlier, you can choose a class with them, whereas with a Battle Royale,
what I'll simplify it down to.
Yep.
What I'll simplify it down to, because I'm going to talk to it in a simpler terms, okay? The shooting aspect. What's the two differences in the shooting aspect to a normal shooter like Call of Duty and Battle Royale?
I don't know. Sorry, I don't play a lot of them, so
I've always known this. I've always known this as the correlation effect, and it's always been about in Battlefield because of how big Battlefield is. A lot of people don't know it's a correlation effect. Bullet drop.
Oh yeah, so they've got bullet drop in Battle Royales now.
They've always had it in the Battle Royales when they first came in, but Battlefield introduced the correlation effect, which is the gaming term of it, into their multiplayer game. So you had to take into consideration about everything.
Yeah, so it was more realistic in that sense, because obviously I remember like the insane snipes across the map that's like 2 kilometers away, and then because I remember
see, a lot of people turn around and say that as well, okay, mate, like you're talking about it like that, but I was talking mainly about the shooting mechanics. All right, a lot of people don't know about the correlation effect, or if you want, the bullet drop. Okay, Battlefield have always had bullet drop, whereas other games have never introduced it. And then when Battle Royale games have came about, they've had to try to like rethink it. Even at that, in Fortnite, the only gun in Fortnite that has bullet drop is the sniper rifle. Everything else beams.
Yeah, but obviously, does the range not drop out on the other stuff? No, all right.
Nope, no range drop, damage drop, no range drop.
Oh.
So see, like for example, see like the AR will do, if you want, 27 damage, but the further away there it'll drop down to 25, 24, 23, and I think it like caps off at like 19 or something like that. Just for talk's sake, I don't know, I don't play Fortnite,
right?
But just for talk's sake. Whereas in other games, Ryan said bullet drop before you said it because he wants.
He wants a big up. Nice.
No, you tell Anne he can get a big up when he stops being a wee ghetto and comes and plays Phasmoways.
Fuck that for a carry on. Don't you do it, Ryan. Don't do it, man. Just stay out till at me.
But do you know something? Well done to him, because that's the one thing that a lot of Battle Royale games have was bullet drop. But Battlefield had bullet drop before Battle Royales.
Yeah, no, that's very fair. I can respect that. I didn't realise it was something as simple as that. I didn't even think about that.
Sorry, mate. Black Clover has just released their new season. I'm going to go and watch that later.
Nice. Hello, man. I'm glad you've got an anime to watch at this point. Prices away. Prices away. We're talking about it. But what I'll say then is like, what do you think's maybe going to be the next game or game type that kind of comes out of nowhere on this? Because I mean,
Game type, I'm not 100% sure. I know the next like kind of big explosion where you're going to see like a spike, but it's got to die off very quickly. When the game gets released, it's going to be Project L from Riot Games, which is a fighting game, because I know a lot of people in the fighting game community are going to jump in that straight away.
yeah, that's fair.
But game wise,
I think
I
we're
don't
going.
know.
I think we're
One thing
going
I
more
would
to
like to see,
story-driven stuff. I think story-driven stuff starting to
I'll give you that.
for
I'll give
maybe
you that.
for maybe a couple of weeks at least after the game. But I think it's maybe making maybe not a massive return, but I think it's definitely the general average is coming up because people might not have the time to play a story-driven game, but they're willing to watch it.
Yeah,
But Kai might have it there actually, a
yeah,
GTA
that
type
could
of
be right.
game
An open world.
because
An
that
open
would
world.
be.
Well,
I
there you go.
mean,
Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was was technically your next one of that, but that was a flop because they released it too early. Again, not the developers' fault. They
well,
were trying to push it back because they knew the current software couldn't handle it. But
PCs
everyone's
had
screaming for the game. So,
PCs handled it fine. It was consoles.
yeah, but I'm talking about the console. I was talking about consoles.
Yeah.
They knew that the current software couldn't handle it. So that dropped. I know they're bringing out a new Far Cry game. I don't know how good that's going to be though.
How did
I've
the
seen
last
that
Far
in the
Cry
works.
perform on Twitch? Because I think that was
Oh,
before
that
obviously.
died a death after the first week. That died a death after the
So
first week.
it's maybe not quite there.
See, a lot of these story-driven games are on hype, are on the hype from day one, if you want. But the minute one person completes that entire story,
That's
it dies.
more or less. I mean,
Like I had big hopes for the Star Wars Battlefront games.
yeah.
I had big hopes for them because of the way they were trying to do them. But again, died almost instantly.
I think they've maybe flopped on like Twitch and YouTube, but sales wise, like they were very.
No, sales wise they were popular, but I'm talking about it as a
That's
if you
the
want
same idea as
viewer
you.
based type
But
thing.
I think
Because at the same time, if you talk about that, mate, like at the same time, right now, and we can do it quite simple, really. Name a game that you still play that doesn't have a viewer base.
that doesn't have a viewer base.
If you had to stream this game besides your regulars, how big do you think you would grow off it? It's the best way of putting that forward.
I don't stream anything that doesn't have a viewer base just now. The closest was Dragon Age, and the viewer
Yeah.
base on that was 50. But then again, my main games drop down to that when it's like on the off time. So
Yeah.
it's a hard one to kind of say.
Yeah. Me, for example, for that, I'm still playing the original Super Mario game. Outside of speedrunning, it's dead.
Yeah. That's it. That's the difference.
So
though, is try to find
outside of speedrunning, it's dead. Do you know, this is actually quite a good one, come to think about it. Like, bringing in talking about bringing into a Battle Royale. Did you see that Nintendo released a game called Super Mario 35?
No.
It's a free game on Nintendo Switch. It's a Battle Royale game.
Right. Okay, that's quite interesting.
You've got 35 players playing the exact same level, and it's just a constant run, in a sense. You still get your mushrooms, you still get your power-ups, and stuff like that. But the process of elimination of it is if you've got one life. The minute you die in that life, you're out the game.
So it's like a speedrun almost. No, not speedrun, it's last one left alive almost, in a sense.
Basically, well, Battle Royale, last man standing. The only difference being is the only person that can muck it up is yourself. But the levels are random, and there's a lot more, if you want, bosses or mobs, depending on what way you say it, on it than you think. And it's just craziness. You should watch it. If you get a chance, watch a wee video on it. It's actually pretty nuts to watch.
Sounds interesting.
There's a game on
actually.
Xbox called Castle Miners Z. I loved it, but I would never stream it. There you go. There's another example. I remember Castle Miners Z.
Yeah.
One game I used to love State of Decay, but nobody wants to watch it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think
only when they're in tea.
Fucking hell. But then again, you've got different games of like a similar type that seem to still do quite well. But
see, the way if we go by that as well, yeah, like now you got your two biggest MOBAs right now, Dota and League of Legends. League of Legends is obviously the bigger one. Okay. A third MOBA that I quite enjoyed, and well, I say quite enjoyed, man, I fucking loved the game, was Smite.
Yep.
Smite was different, but it just didn't have the same amount. It just didn't have the same drive forward because a lot of people didn't like the third person view, whereas I loved the third person view. That was, to me, was fun.
Yep.
Another decent one was Heroes of the Storm.
Yep.
But to be fair, Blizzard just kind of
Dropped
cut that straight away because
it wasn't doing anything.
They didn't see a future. No, they didn't really see a future in it. But hey ho, that's just part of the beast. But that was a decent game as well.
To be fair, that is what happens. Biggest views I think
I got streaming. Say it was Red Dead Redemption 2, but ain't got no drive to stream that. I don't know.
I think that's
there you
fair.
go. That's another open world game. That's another open world game.
And there's still good views in that for some people. But that's the thing is, like, you'll find that there are certain points.
There we go.
Where
exactly, Bar State of Decay as a class game. Well, there we go. We've got a perfect example right now in the chat. There's Bar. Bar still streams World at War.
Yeah.
World at War multiplayer. Granted, he's just on it for sniping and everything, but that's the guy right there that can tell you about a game with a very low viewer base that he's finding success in.
Like, Kai does the same for Ghosts. I think.
I never actually seen. I think I seen him play Ghost once.
Plays at the weekend usually.
Kai's multiplayer. Kai's a variety streamer though. A variety streamer at its best. Just whatever he wants to play, whenever he wants to play it. And there you go. This can loop you into another nice wee conversation here. Is the contracted streamers as well? They can pay whatever. They can play whatever the fuck they want because they've now got a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to worry about views. They don't have to worry about subs. They can play whatever they want. I've seen Shroud. Shroud is known for playing shooters. Or if you want, he's known for playing FPSs and battle royales. I've seen him now playing what's it? Dungeons and Dragons on stream.
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons is quite popular. He gets more viewers because there's less people playing it though. Bar. That's the thing is, and people will still dip back and see because it will still come up as the recommended.
See, this is the thing though. This is like the evolution of gaming right here as well. Everyone will be drawn to the newer, more popular thing. I will always go back and play Black Ops 1 Zombies before I decide I want to go and play a newer Zombies game because Black Ops 1 Zombies is fun for me.
I
like World at War Zombies.
I think Zombies might be a slightly different thing though, in the sense that
no, I'm just saying for like a reverse type game.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Like I'm just saying it like that, like for a reverse type game. I'm not saying like in the way of it is, but he says that he gets more views playing older to newer, whereas I'm saying I get the more enjoyment playing older to newer.
Right, got you. I would say though.
I've not streamed any old games in a long time, unless you want to count a fighter game as an old stream.
But
I've not streamed an old game in a long time.
Black Ops Zombies, like Black Ops 1 Zombies, is probably the best all-round zombies because of like the old maps, Kino, and all that kind of thing. You can argue different, but for example, they're the ones that people remember from when like years ago when they played it, so they'll be likely to kind of go back and watch it. Same with different multiplayers, but like, that's kind of my kind of thought, kind of going back on it. But what else? Like, what games did you think would fall off, but are still there just now? Like, what seems to have...
Truthfully, mate, I thought Rust might have fell off quite quickly because there was so many games out that were similar to it.
Yeah.
But that has took off pretty damn good. Another game as well was DayZ because of how buggy it is, but that seems to have found a new lease of life again.
I know, and I think Rust was like a very, very, very slow burner. I didn't think it was actually going to take off until, I don't know, the last couple of
do you know, if you want to go by that, like if you want to go down that sense as well, Rust was a game that I didn't think would take off at all, but it seems to have done well. Another game that I'll say to you, I thought it was a pretty slow burner was EFT, Escape from Tarkov.
Oh yeah,
that was a very slow burner, and I loved the look of the game. I loved the look of that game, the tacticalness, the way it looks as if you had to play and everything like that. And I was thinking, not a lot of people enjoy that, but that seems to have rattled through again.
And that's the thing is, I think there's certain games that are slow burners, and if like what will happen is a big streamer will take a look at it, see that there's a couple of small streamers there doing it, and think to themselves, it's maybe a new viewer base for me. I like to look at that game, and I'm willing to play that game, and then they jump in, and more
Yeah.
people then jump on the bandwagon. All it takes, it's a domino effect. All it takes is one, and that's the thing is, all it takes is one middle to large fish in the pond to think to themselves, is a fairly empty pond, and let's see where we end up with it. That's what it's all
Yeah,
about.
you're
Is
right. You're right. You're right. It's just some of the weirder stuff in it about it. I'll agree with that bar. 2018 DayZ Ripman, that was a brilliant time for the game. But it's true, but the one thing I've got me respect to is streamers who have went to that bandwagon. For example, 1G was probably my best example. He jumped to Fortnite at the same time everyone else did when it
yeah,
started to hit the peak of its popularity. He literally played like one, maybe two games, and the words that he gave as soon as he finished that was, "This game fucking sucks," and went back to what he like explained.
yeah, and that's it.
I've
Is
got more respect for that than somebody that'll force himself to play this game just because it's popular.
and that's it. Is again, I make the argument though is when somebody forces himself to play a game that it's you can tell, and with that it's maybe not quite the same like viewing
Yeah, you can tell
experience.
the difference between enjoyment to how horrible things are.
But what I will say is once you hit a certain size, it doesn't actually matter what if even if you shows if you're enjoying it or not, you'll still constantly generate followers, maybe not at the same rate. But once you like
Yeah.
once what I think the peak from what I can work out, it's actually about 500 followers, give or take, with
Mhm.
a specific amount of average viewers. And what will tend to happen is your your hourly rate increases above the kind of general trend for most streamers in your area, depending on
Yeah.
obviously where you stand. So, for example, I see a similar thing in Hearts of Iron because I'm generally top five, top 10,
Yeah.
and I'll see a kind of higher average depending on when I stream. That's the
Yeah.
thing, and because my average viewership will generally be quite reasonable with that. But whereas when I used to stream Warhammer, to Total War, I would barely
Yeah.
even get a dent in, and it kind of showed. And I was basically just at one point just playing that game for me,
Yeah.
because that's just
Well, we all need that. We all need that game that we just play for yourself.
oh,
Like
aye, 110%.
I've I've seen myself I've seen myself whip a game out for no particular reason at all. Then one, I want to stream, but two, I just want to play a game that I want to play. It
Yeah,
isn't like one of my best examples was I ended up plugging my Switch in and played Mario Kart for a stream, and I actually got one of our pals. I'll tell you who it is after the stream. Asked me like, "Why did you play that? You didn't get any of you only had your regulars. You didn't get anybody else coming in. This that the next thing." I'm like, "Because I wanted to play that game. I don't care about that. That was it was either day that or miss a day of streaming, and I
yeah,
didn't want to miss a day. I just
exactly,
wanted to
and
play
that's
something that I wanted to play."
that's very fair, man. That's what you kind of want to do.
You know, that's one thing. That's one thing as well that I'd like to do eventually. Try to get a whole bunch of people and actually play a big Mario Kart game.
Yeah, just do a full like Grand Prix.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, that'd be funny. But the thing is though, it's because they
Full
changed
Grand
this.
Prix, just winding each other up.
Aye, but the difference is though is it's hard. Well, and then again, a lot of people will have switches now. But I don't. I don't know. I don't particularly want the Nintendo games, and the only games I would maybe get are Pokemon. But I'd probably only get Pokemon remasters.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't really want to play Sword and Shield because, like, for talking sake, it's the only game I would probably consider playing.
Two home
But
Tansy.
not quite that. But it's more the case of, have you seen some of the Pokemon? Like, I'm not quite
Yeah.
there.
I play the games.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is like I don't know how it just kind of ruins it for me. Like you get obviously you had like Grimer and Muck in the first game, but then you get like the trash can, you get the ice cream
Mate,
cone, and you're like,
mate, mate, there's one thing you can never beat though is coughing. Coughing looked like a tumour. and then you had fucking Weezing that looked like a tumour that had a tumour. Let's
Aye,
be honest.
but the thing is though, they all had kind of almost animal or something quite similar to them. Apart from like you'd your
Yeah,
weird ones like Magnemite and Voltorb, but
yeah.
they were quite technology based. Whereas now an ice cream cone,
Quite technology based. I would love to meet the person that say who actually created Voltorb and Electrode. Can you imagine that idea? Yes, I want to make up this new electrical Pokemon. What can I do? He just turns his chair, sees the design of the Pokeball. That's it. I'll take that out, add eyes in. Right, I need to evolve it. What shall I do?
flip
I've
it
got
upside down.
flip it, and add a mouth.
Exactly. And let's give
Same way with fucking
let's give it
Magnemite. Same way with
suicidal
Magnemite.
tendencies. Let's give it suicidal tendencies.
It's the same way. We'll think about it the same way with Magnemite and Magneton. Okay, I have this singular magnet. It's a great design. Right, it needs an evolved form. I know. 3 of them stuck together.
Yeah. Oh god. No
No
worries,
worries at all,
Kai.
mate.
Thanks for hanging out, man.
Thanks,
Right.
Katie. I also said to Kai as well, mate, that we do want to bring Kai back on for general subject talks because bouncing off the 3 of us, I think it would be quite a good laugh as well.
Yeah, I'm game for that. It's always a sound idea. This was for me as kind of new my thought process on it, and I think for something like this kind of topic, having Kai jump in and bounce off with would be fine. I don't have any issues with it. I was saying to you
Nice.
what I was saying to you the other day was I can't see a bad thing about this. There's nothing.
No, we
There's
cannot.
absolutely nothing wrong with this. But thanks for hosting that watch party and hanging out with us, man. Appreciate it.
Do you know one of the weirdest ones as well? Like, if we want to talk about that, like, I'm not even going to say this is like a rise and fall in a game. I'm going to talk about difficulty change right here.
Right?
Think about Gen 1 Pokemon right now, okay?
Right?
Alright, so you're red, blue, green, red, blue, yellow, and if you're Japanese, green,
Yep.
because they got the green version. Okay, think about that right now. How hard those games were.
Right? Yep. I can remember them being generally difficult until you hit
Well,
a
think
point.
about it. Think about it this way, mate. Think about it this way. Between badges 1 to 4.
Oh yeah.
Between badges 1 to 4 was pretty damn easy. Okay, there was nothing really too bad.
Unless, and I'll say this, the only one that would be difficult would have been if you picked Charmander, right?
Yeah.
And although Ember and different things that were quite powerful.
No. I'm not talking about battle. I'm not talking about battle wise or anything right now. Okay, I'm not bringing anything like that in.
All right.
Pokemon selection, take it out the window. I'm talking about like the way the game was. Okay.
Right. Okay. So
Okay.
general like exploration wise.
Aye. So between badges 1 and 4, okay, was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Right, because it was a set route. You didn't have any other choice and everything like that. After you got that 4th badge, you were basically stuck in that city. You could go back to this one, back to this one, back to this one, this. But you couldn't move on, and it never tell you why. You could go and try to move on, then you would get the wee guy who would stop you, and all he would say was, "I'm so thirsty." And you're like, all right, then go and get a drink. But it's like, no, you actually need to go and find a drink for this guy.
Aye, and then you've
But
also
it never tell you that.
You've also got but not quite. You
tell
kind
you
of
stuff like that.
get handheld in the sense that you could go get your Poke Flute for the Snorlaxes, and then also it was when you get to Lavender Town and you had to get the Self Scope.
Yeah.
Thanks for
I'm not
laughing
talking
about
about anything like that, mate. I'm not talking about anything like that, mate. I'm talking about the fact of the matter is you had to figure this stuff out yourself as well. Yes, it turned around and gave you the idea. You like, to move that Snorlax, you need to get the Poke Flute. Great. Where the fuck did I get it? Never tell you that.
That's it.
Never tell you where to get it.
It was just basically you had to
Like,
explore each city
you can't get by this. Then it's like, I know where to get it now. You get it off like whatever the guy's name is, Mr. Fuji, I think it was called.
No, where's
It was
Mr.
Mr.
Fuji?
Fuji.
Aye, it was Mr. Fuji. No, where is Mr.
It was
Fuji?
like, all right, Mr. Fuji. All right, where did I find him? You go in, this is Mr. Fuji's house. I go in, yes, Mr. Fuji, oh, yes, he's away into Pokemon Tower. Okay, great, so I need to go in that bloody thing that gives you the most eerie music in the world. You go in there, you fight your rival, then you start climbing up it, and all of a sudden you're just getting spirits attacking you, not Pokemon spirits. Can't attack them because your Pokemon's scared stiff. Can't catch them because they're not real. You get to the very top, you meet the mother of all god spirits. Can't attack, can't capture. It's like, all right then, what do I do for here? Oh, you need to get the self scope. All right, who's telling me that? Nobody. I need
Aye.
to go and figure it out myself.
Yeah, no, you're fair.
I
Yeah,
know
I
in these newer
really.
games, the thing that used to annoy me as well about the older games as well is you used to go through all these caves and everything, for example, and you could be coming through there, a near death team, no healing points. If you did not bring enough potions, you were buggered. Get through that near death team, you get through great and go to the Pokemon Center. And what's waiting at the other end of that tunnel? A fucking trainer just to piss you off.
No, it's not that your trainer. Or it's either the trainer or it's your rival. When you came out of Mount Moon that
One
first
of the
time,
two.
was it not?
No, Mount Moon was a clean shoot through and trainer. Dark Cave, clean shoot through and trainer. The only one that gave you the rival battle at the end of the first
Oh,
generation,
it
if I
was
remember rightly, was Victory
the
Road.
yeah Victory Road. I'm sure it was. Oh no, it's when you went
You
a
used to meet him.
specific Bill.
You used to meet him at the start. You used to meet them at the start of everything. Like when you went into the Pokemon Tower, go and try to find Mr. Fuji, you fought your rival.
Aye.
When you did the SSN, you could be bouncing about all the rooms and stuff like that, train your Pokemon up, have a near death team, then you have to fight your rival at the end again.
Yeah, that's that. Fucking hell, it's a
It's
throwback.
stuff like that. It's
I
stuff
really
like
want
that,
to.
man.
I
Like,
really want to do a Pokemon playthrough now.
I'm
No, it's long crap. Just
game
a
for that.
Pokemon playthrough.
I'm game for that.
Aye.
Oh, did you see the Nintendo have announced they're remastering Diamond and Pearl now?
That'd be quite good because that was probably the last games I properly enjoyed. I was one.
The Sinnoh ones.
I was one I actually played. I didn't actually for the first time. I didn't take the fire Pokemon. Because I always took the fire starter.
See, I always chose the grass.
See,
I always chose the grass.
I always choose the fire Pokemon, but then I would in that
Go.
one.
Worst generation in your opinion?
Worst generation.
Mm-hmm.
See, I like Johto and I like Hoenn.
You've got Kanto, Johto,
Hoenn,
Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos.
I never played any of the last
new
three.
one.
So
Kalos, the fucking Sun and Moon one, the one you've got all the different islands and stuff, which is basically based in Hawaii, and this new one, Galar, which is basically based fucking in Britain.
Yeah, I've not played any of those ones past Sinnoh. So from the ones I played, I'd probably say Sinnoh was probably the weakest, but not by much. Like compared to Kanto, Johto, all that kind of thing. Because what I loved about Gold and Silver was and Crystal, obviously, but you could go back and you went and did Kanto.
Yeah.
That was just amazing. But I don't have. But I'd probably say all the other ones was when I switched off, and I was more than happy to buy the games as like an adult. When I looked at the Pokemon that were coming out, I was like, it wasn't really doing anything for me. But that's maybe just.
I was the same. Like to me, the black and white version, that's Unova, was the worst games, but the worst starters, the worst storyline, and the worst designed Pokemon.
Yeah,
like that's the one that brought the fucking ice cream cone and everything into play.
That's what I'm talking about. Is why would that be so much? Why would they be so lazy?
On top of that, again, it's the thing that's annoyed me in that as well. On top of it, like giving you the worst type of game, the worst type of region, and the worst type of design Pokemon. In the anime, they made Ash like the main antagonist. This guy who at this point has went through
everything.
What? I think this is his 5th region now, give or take. Could be his fifth or sixth region, and they've made him a dumpling. Like they've made him so fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, but it's because they had to kind of redo it to make him appeal to the next generations. Because when you get to a point where what they should have done is they should have made Ash.
Mate, the guy's fucking 35 now. The guy is 35.
What they should have done.
Pokemon celebrated his 25th birthday this year.
Oh, I know.
35.
He's a pedo. But what they should have done, I know I shouldn't have. But what they should have done is they should have made him like the Brock character almost. And although he's still the main character, he's helping the new trainers in each region.
That's what they've done in this new anime. They've made him, instead of being like a trainer, like a top trainer and everything like that, he's still being a trainer, he's still pushing to do what he wants to do, like the whole storyline behind it all. but they've gave him this new guy who is brand new to Pokemon and everything, and he's helping him out. He's showing him the love for like battling, catching Pokemon, the way you can be around about it. They've
Yeah,
given him almost like this teacher role, shall we say?
which that's what they should have done, and they should have made him just that wee bit older.
Yeah.
That would have made it a bit better.
Like, see,
But that's
do
just
you know
me.
what we'll do right now? Do you know what I'll do right now for you, mate? Like, whip up Google search right now, okay?
Right. Okay.
Okay. Just type in this thingy, Ash Ketchum Kalos region. This is the oldest they've ever made Ash look. After this one, they kind of turned him
Kalos.
back into like a wee Kalos, Kalos.
Oh yeah, no, I see
It's
that.
the kind of oldest they've ever made them look. And if you go to the next one, like the Sun and Shield one, the Sun and Moon one, that's going to annoy me, so I can't mind the name of that region now.
Oh,
They make them
Iolia
look
or something. Alola.
Alola, or Alolan, or
Yeah,
whatever.
they
Alolan region.
completely changed the style.
But see, with the Alolan region one and everything, they turned it back to an anime style instead of like a kind of cartoonish style.
Yeah, but then again, it's always taken like from both styles, hasn't it?
Yeah,
It's always
it's
taken.
always kind of taken from both styles in that. But see after Kalos,
Yeah.
they put it more into the anime style of things. Like they were pulling weirder faces, the kind of anime style like shock looks and stuff like that. Everything like that. They made
Right.
it more into an anime style, which
Fair
opinionally
enough.
was brilliant. Opinionally, mate, it was brilliant to see that kind of light-hearted laughter again, if you want.
Yeah, I get you, man. I get you. As obviously, we're a bit older now, so I don't really watch it to this extent. But like, I would still probably quite happily go back and watch probably up until the Hoenn region, which was
Yeah.
where I kind of dropped off from watching it, and then Diamond and Pearl was where I kind of stopped off from playing it. But that's the thing is, like,
Yeah.
I think it's just the age thing. I think I'm just old.
It's definitely an age thing. Definitely an age thing.
Sorry, I think we're just old.
I'm old.
I know. There we go. That's me. We're getting that.
Sorry, guys. We're old.
Yeah, but I think probably that's a reasonable place to kind of just stop and call it, unless there's anything else that you want to talk about, man. Because we've had
I think we've covered quite a lot of things there.
I think we've had a nice wee rant as well to kind of top us off about Pokemon. Quite like that.
Because it wasn't even about a rise and fall there. It was all about how funny, how easy the games got.
Well, yeah, but it was the kind of rise and fall of Pokemon in our eyes. Like,
kinda, yeah. I'll say that then.
It's
a reasonable place to stop.
I think so too, mate. I think so too. But yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out. Episode will be on YouTube as per.
What I'm going to do anyway. Besides go pitch black.
Yep, I was going to say you've just completely disappeared.
Well, what I'm going to do, because my man himself is pushing for it. If nobody knows him, I'm actually going to raid my friend Glows.
Yeah. I'll do the same. Let's give him a raid. Can you send me the details?
Glows UK. Just Glows UK.
That's fine.
He's playing Gears of War right now, so we'll go and show him the love, guys. If Reece wants to do the outro.
Yep, well, that has been the ScotsRant Podcast, episode 6. I have been your host, Reece CR01.
And I have been Gizzy Z Gremlin.
And what we'll do, for a change, is we will end on a raid. Oh no, we do sometimes end on raids, but we don't tend to announce it too much.
We usually raid the guest or something.
Yeah, or someone that they maybe even suggest.
Yeah. But guys, anybody's here, just if you can, hang about in this man's chat. He's pushing for affiliate. He's a good guy, and right now he's playing Gears of War 5. Let's go in. Let's wind him up. Best thing to do, wind him up, because he enjoys it.
That's what we can say. But thanks very much, guys, and have a good one.
Catch you later.